Hey guys, welcome to this month's video. Today we're working on the Artemis ring. This one is a little bit different. It's a damascus steel ring, and so you need a few extra things, a couple of chemicals. We have hydrogen peroxide and muriatic acid. As well, you're going to need some proper PPE because these are harsh chemicals. You want a respirator, glasses, a well-ventilated room, and some gloves. As well, for the ring, of course, you got polishes and our super thin accelerator, and of course our lathe. So let's get into this video.
Every month, we dive into epic tutorials that break down everything you need to know to make awesome rings with your monthly sub box. We'll cover the tools, the materials, and techniques you need to turn your box into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Whether you're a first-timer or a pro, you're in the right place.
So in this month's box, we have purple glow powder, our crushed up tanzanite, a mixing vial, our premium damascus steel ring blank, and then lilac pigment, and then iris pigment as well. Our first step is to prep our materials. And so here I am crushing up our tanzanite into different size pieces, and this will help the inlay look a little bit more natural. Next, I'm going to prep our base colors, and so I am taking 1 part pigment and 3 parts glow powder. I think this mixture will give the best color both in glow and daytime colors. And then you want to have these separated into 2 separate vials and shake them up well. With our materials prepped, we're ready to inlay our ring. And so you're going to take super thin CA adhesive and lightly coat the base of the ring blank. And then while the ring spins on the lathe, you're going to pour on the main color that you want to show up. And so I'm taking my light color first, and then on top of that, I'm going to sprinkle on the darker purple, and that way it kind of gives a variation to the look of the ring. And I think this looks very nice, but you can do any combination of colors as you wish. My technique here is just lightly sprinkling little splashes of color all the way around the ring. And I think this makes the color pop a lot more, just having that contrast there. Once you're happy with that, you're ready to begin hand placing in the larger pieces of tanzanite into the inlay. As an artisan, something that I always try to keep in mind is what I'm pulling inspiration from. And since this month's ring is the Artemis ring, I looked at different depictions of Artemis and different artwork pieces as well. And I really loved the purple colors that a lot of artists used in their depictions of her and how they swirled those together. I'm also imagining like a bouquet of flowers or a garden, something along those lines. But yeah, once you have those hand placed in there, I'm going to now pour in more smaller pieces of the tanzanite into the inlay in between those pieces. And your background color will be able to be seen because the stone is fairly transparent, and so those colors really pop in the end result. I'm also going to add in a couple splashes of color on top of the stone. This will really help with swirling those colors together and creating a really abstract look to it, which again is taking inspiration from those paintings. And this will also bring a lot of depth and dimension to your inlay. Now that I'm happy with that, I'm ready to do the clear coat layer. All that is basically layers of CA adhesive. I use super thin to do this. While the ring is spinning on the lathe at a low to medium speed, I just do a couple drops at a time and use 1 to 2 sprays of accelerator to help speed up the process, and just do one layer after another until you have a good clear coat layer. Our next step is to Dremel down any of the excess material that we have. I use a 80 grit Dremel drum to do this, and I just Dremel it down to be flush with the rest of the ring. Tanzanite is a pretty soft material, and so the step goes pretty quick. As well, damascus steel is a pretty forgiving material on this step as well. Now I'm taking 220 grit sandpaper and doing a wet sand to smooth out the ring and to get anything that I missed with the Dremel. Also, you want to make sure you completely dry off the ring before you do another clear coat on top of that to fill in any voids. Once that's cured, you can go ahead and begin your sanding steps with 220 grit, 500, 1000, and 1200 grit sandpapers. This will give a really nice finish to the ring, especially with damascus steel. We don't really need a full mirror finish because we are going to etch the ring as well. For etching, you're going to use 15 milliliters of muriatic acid and about 10 to 15 drops of hydrogen peroxide, and then you're going to etch that for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once it's done etching, you can neutralize the ring and the acid in baking soda water and dispose of the acid according to your local guidelines. From here, you have a finished ring, and you can just go with the raw natural look straight out of the acid bath, or you can do a final polish with it. One concern that I've had with different damascus steel rings is that sometimes they have sharp edges, and you can really smooth that out pretty quick with 1500 grit sandpaper, or even doing a light polish on it really helps too. But yeah, I hope you guys like this one, and I'll see you guys next time.